Alright guys, so in this live stream I'm gonna talk about K-pop and stuff related to that, and I'll also try to share a funny story from 2020. Actually, the story is around 2019 December and January 2020. So yeah, it was really interesting, and let's start reacting to this video from DK TV. You guys can go ahead and subscribe to that channel. I think it's really interesting. I didn't know anything regarding K-pop before 2019. I had just a little bit of idea, like okay, maybe it's just Korean pop music and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the thing I used to think back in the day. But
one thing this video needs.
K-pop.
K-pop, popular music originating in South Korea and
Yeah, so I became familiar with this kind of music genre and stuff around at the end of 2019. I have watched few music videos as well as things related to those music videos, but I'm not that super interested in this kind of genre because um, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see some kind of thing that is getting popular. So yeah,
as you've seen, K-pop has grown
that's Blackpink. I know that.
Everyone in the world, like it or not, must have seen K-pop.
And this is BTS, but I didn't know the other group in the middle.
K-pop related video at least once. Either
were these people? I have zero idea, but she looks good.
Or
yeah, I got crush on her.
Or BTS video or an annoying K-pop dancing meme.
Actually, the funny story is related to DNA. Okay, BTS music. Sorry, yeah, it's a song, so yeah.
On Twitter, but you might not be sure on what K-pop actually is and where and when it began. Well, it all comes down to a country called South Korea.
South Korea. Haven't been there, but my brother went there and it was really interesting. He used to I'm from Bangladesh, and people in Bangladesh people in Bangladesh eat in a different way, and people in Korea has different style of eating. So or like when it comes to food, they have different cultures. So yeah, the style, when he lived in Korea for a couple of years, he got back and he is using different style than ours, or what is um, common for us. So yeah, it was kind of surprising back in the day, but I got used to that new style of eating. So yeah, like we do not use chopsticks so in Bangladesh. So yeah, it was kind of interesting to see. We are not even familiar with chopstick. Most people are not familiar with chopstick in Bangladesh. So you just have to think that okay, that was kind of surprising. So it was really interesting to see that, and I also knew certain words. I learned Korean back in the day, but I have forgotten it right now. I just know how to say 안녕하세요. I used to be able to write down things in Korean, so it was really interesting back in the day. And I think I have some notebooks from 2010 or 2000, yeah, around 2010. I have some notebooks from that time. So yeah, it was in Korean, and I don't even right now I don't even know how to read them. Okay, it is ridiculous, man. So my god, if I'm just gonna open it, I'm gonna be embarrassed for a couple of minutes. Like I don't know how to read it properly right now because I have forgotten most of the things. It's like 12 years. So yeah, back in the day I was also able to write down things in Arabic. So yeah, I learned a lot of language. Right now I am capable of speaking four of them, and but I used to know like six of them back in the day. So yeah, it's really interesting. Right now I'm capable of I have the capacity to read in five languages, and um, yeah, it's really interesting.
located in East Asia.
I'm also trying to learn Japanese right now due to anime, but right now I have lost interest because like I was a fan of certain shows, and then things got really complicated. I'm not even able to have enough time to like go outside nowadays. Like it's really hard to go to the gym, and yeah, so watching anime is far from what I'm supposed to do in a daily basis on a daily basis.
China and Japan. Korea was doing great with its kingdoms and dynasties for more than 4,000 years until 1910 to 1945 when Korea was colonized by Japan. From 1950 to 1953, Korean War happened, splitting Korea into North and South. Then Korea was stuck in the Cold War. Due to war and all the music like traditional sound guitars, young kids enjoying you to work. People like these dudes make ballad really popular. Listening to these dudes instead of these dudes. Until the Olympics, CD distribution, kids get to wear Nike shoes, buy music, go to concerts, clubs happen, dancing becomes a thing. Finally, the good old 90s arrived. Ding, ding, hi, I'm K-pop. All these new genres start to bloom. Hip-hop, dance, R&B, soul.
Yeah, they have a serious level of like quality thing going on. So yeah, it's really interesting to see them.
The popularity of ballads and folk songs continue. Now all these artists start writing their own songs. A lot of singer-songwriters appear like Shin Seung-won, Lee Seung-won, Yun Jong-shin, Cheolame.
Go ahead guys, subscribe to their channel. It's really interesting. Like I have watched few of their videos, and it's kind of interesting, and their perspective is quite different than most K-pop reactionary video. Like yeah, you guys can check that out.
1992. This
DK TV
appears out of nowhere. Well, actually, he was in the aforementioned rock band Shinawi as a bassist. So in the meantime, he was doing his own thing and explores the world of MIDI music, aka electronic digital. He's also a born.
Oh shoot! I haven't shared my screen. Damn.
Rebel. He looks different. His crew dances like crazy. His band Suntaeji and Kids released an album called Yo Taeji with a title song called I Know. They just sweep all the existing awards out there. Similar groups like Juice might be competitors, but Suntaeji and Kids and their songs and performances change everything.
Man, what? It's 8 minutes into the video and
critics claim 1992 is the most important year.
This is so embarrassing.
Pop music history. He destroys.
You guys should have told me that. Okay, I haven't shared my screen.
Like trot, ballad, and folk music. They released 4 albums afterwards until 1996. He mixes up hip hop and traditional music in Hyoga. He also likes techno and even uses heavy metal rock in classroom idea of criticizing the Korean education system. And then the public suddenly
education system in most places is rigged right now. So yeah, but still you can just get some ideas of what is going on in the real world. Like if you're not capable of making your own decision, then you need somebody to give you certain kinds of tasks, and then you can just work on those tasks, and that's not a bad thing at all. And I think it's a great way to start, but at the end of the day, if you want to be independent, then you will have to be an independent thinker, as well as you will have to use certain ideas and debunk those ideas, and form certain piece together to make new ideas. So yeah, it will be interesting. It will be an interesting journey for everybody if you guys are interested in doing certain things seriously.
The song and thinks he's Satan or gay. They keep on tackling social issues like reunification, environment, drugs, education. He's basically the Tupac of K-pop. Speaking of Tupac, he even touches gangster rap in his last album titled Come Back Home. And then they disband, more like disappear. Poof, yep, just like that, leaving one message: we've showed you everything we can try. Korea freaks out. Kids don't go to school, protest, attempt suicide. People say K-pop is dead. Well, false alarm. Suntaeji and Kids might be gone, but their impact still lives. Now listening radio equals lame. On the other hand, watching TV performances,
I was never a big fan of radio, so
dance
yeah.
music, choreography, style, competition equals cool. Young teenage fans, official fan clubs,
I think the drinking habit is a really bad thing right now. Like, people are listening to music and getting drunk, and then things are going wild, and yeah,
fan meetings, fan
it's unacceptable.
fix,
But yeah,
fan awards, capital, artist management. It was like a cult, and Sotejin kids were their idol. Corporates see money in K-pop and idol businesses. Samsung, Tucson, Hyundai, LG, Daewoo, Lotte all make their own record companies and labels. Competition begins. Huge investments flow from their mother company. Ambitious scouting, projects, new market, but no system yet. Expenses overissued, no transparency, business based on few inner circle connections. Result, obviously, all gone in a few years. Big failure. But then there's DSP. The founder, Lee Ho-yeon, had some actual experience managing big artists like Taejina, Yoo-hyo, Shim-shin, and Soba.
yeah, that's why, like, if you have somebody who is experienced and he's capable of sharing the experience, then you will have a success in that thing. And also, it's kind of like K-pop is a soft power that Korea has, and they're capable of infiltrating their ideas or certain beliefs into other culture. Like, that kind of thing is really important right now. People are giving more importance to soft power than hardcore nuclear power or things like that. So yeah, like, there is this thing I heard from um, the former prime minister of Israel. So yeah, he was talking about soft power and how you can infiltrate someone's brain with certain kinds of ideas through television and media. So it was really interesting conversation that I have seen on certain videos. I think on YouTube videos that they added the clip of him talking about certain things. So yeah, it's a nice way to, like, influence others.
Sobangcha was actually close to an idol group model way before Sotejin Kids in 1987. However, their music was more trot-based and had very simple dances, thus not as impactful as an idol group like Sotejin Kids. Anyways, Lee Ho-yeon, who had the experience, makes his own label DSP in 1991. Wasn't really successful during the Sotejin era. Then in 1996, launches a group literally called Idol that initially had decent popularity, but gets demolished by SM Entertainment's HOT.
SM Entertainment is still in the business, right?
1996.
I mean, I've seen a YouTube channel, SM Entertainment, if I'm not wrong.
Hardcore rap, distinct fashion, and hairstyles, criticizing society. HOT is made by today's famous SM Entertainment.
There you go.
Founded by Izuman, in short, SM. Starts as SM Studio in 1989, then reforms into SM Entertainment in 1995. SM develops a systematic idol training system and earns huge success with HOT. DSP gets mad. 1997, they throw out sex kits. SM activates their trap card. Girl group.
What that name is, bruh. Like, you could have gotten a better name for it. You saw that name? Ash H. Sorry, H. Oh my god, my pronunciation is really bad right now. Ash, ECK, Ash. So it's kind of like sex.
SES debuts in December 1997. And then DSP says, well, actually, no, IMF says, everyone hold your fire. Korea will be entering the economic crisis. People lose jobs, businesses go bankrupt, half of the entertainment labels shut down, TV music programs get canceled. People are struggling. They're jumping off bridges, so they aren't really cool or interested.
I think, yeah, that's why it's really important, like, economic, when you have mismanagement and stuff like that going on, then you have to.
Idols. Well, 1998 comes.
You don't have a choice to
like,
do anything, but
DSP
anyway.
says, hold my beer. We present you Finkel. At this point, SM and DSP is the Marvel and DC comics of this era. HOT
Interesting.
versus Sex Kids.
Sex kids. Oh my god.
SES versus Finkel, Shina versus God. Well, God was actually produced by a third company called JYP and wasn't actually the typical dance idol group, but I'll get to that later. Each company and group shares the trophies and awards around music shows turn after turn, and of course on the way there were other groups like Baby Box,
Chakra. That sounds like an Indian name.
Cleo, and talented solo artists like Yoongjun, Parkjun, Lee Jonghyun as well. Looking back, we now call this era the first generation of K-pop. Meanwhile, you might be wondering whatever happened to Seo boys after they disbanded. I don't know about Seo himself, but one dude for sure was planning something. Yang Eun-suk, who was the rapper and dancer of Seo boys, was trying out his talent as a producer, but was kind of unlucky in the meantime. But anyways, opened up his own company, Hun label, in 1996, but kind of flopped with a group called Keepsakes. Then renames his company to MF Label and launches the hip-hop duo Jinushan. Jinushan surprisingly did pretty well, even though hip-hop was pretty new. Yang Eun-suk was well known to have an influence and background in hip-hop dance.
Yeah, interesting.
And music. He was spotted in e-tail and dancing all the time before his debut days.
So yeah, they have laid on the path of today's music, K-pop. I'm gonna skip some parts, like it's kind of like a going with the flow.
The experimental side of SM, they carry a unique concept with all the baby, loser, baby, bang, bang, bang. Girls' generation's rival then. In YG Entertainment, probably 21. Four-member group debuted in 2009 with a very different concept, strong female image. Releases mega hits like Fire, I Don't Care, Go Away. Girls' generation. Japan, having to mention nukes and this dude, and that's North Korea, by the way. In the third gen, despite the influx of idol groups, the only ones that survive are groups that have amazing music quality or musical talent or something different. Because the Korean market is so small and saturated, it now becomes a norm to have at least more than one global English-speaking member in the group. This member usually is in charge of speaking during overseas interviews and tours. Not only member-wise, but marketing and music-wise, the attempts become more globalized too, testing out new markets such as South America. In the meantime, the public and entertainment companies want a system to get the best quality idols out there, and that is by following the TV trend, by making TV audition survival programs with worldwide contestants. This system allows idols to gain publicity even before debut, and also verified popularity and talent. Although audition programs such as Produce 101 to Produce X have been extremely popular, it got caught in a corruption and manipulation issue recently, which likely put out the credibility and support towards these survival programs. Now, to name a few groups that are leading the third generation currently, definitely the girl group Trinity, Twice, Blackpink, Red Velvet. JYP's girl group Twice has earned the absent nation's girl group title since Girls' Generation, along with major hit songs that dominated Korea and Japan, mostly like Cheer Up, TT, Knock Knock,
Oh, they all look cute.
Likey, and Fancy. Interestingly, these girls were also a result of an audition program called 16. YG's girl group Blackpink has the record of most YouTube views, 56.7 million in 24 hours, with its Kill This Love music video topping Ariana Grande. Their music videos have this much views each, which saves my time on trying to explain and prove their popularity. Also, they're the highest charting female K-pop group on Billboard Hot 100 and 200.
Isn't that taken by BTS? Like,
plus they had an
I mean, the most viewed music video.
stage at Coachella too. SM girl group Red Velvet might not be as big as the former two in size, but is always praised by the public and critics for their unique sound and high quality songs. Time magazine has highlighted their versatile musical style and named them.
Oh my gosh, that's you got Crush on her, right?
Them as one of the best K-pop groups. Billboard agreed too in 2019. Fun fact, Red Velvet was the first K-pop group to perform in North Korea, and Kim Jong-un adjusted his schedule to go see them. Now let's not try to leave out many other talented, hard-working girl groups such as Mamamoo, Momoland, Luna, IZ*ONE, G-Idol, CLC, Dreamcatcher, G-Friend, Lovelyz, Oh My Girl, Ujusonya, Kowonsonya, Everglow, Wiki Mickey, and more. As for boy groups, it's hard to pick a definitive popularity or impact, but just to name a few, 17 and NCT GOT7, Winner, Icon, Monster X, ATEEZ on world tours and appear on Western TV shows, most popular globally. Most of these groups actively go on world tours and appear on Western TV shows nowadays. And then there are groups such as
BAB, Impact, Victon, Astro, Pentagon, SF9, The Boys, Ace, JBJ, Golden Child, Intuit, UMB, Very Very, One Us, and more.
So
My God, there are a lot of groups, bruh.
many girl groups, boy groups, mixed groups, new global audience, thus various music styles as well. You name it, K-pop has it. Oh, you don't like groups to produce modern electronic music? Maybe try IU out. She's Korea's nation sister and also nation
Nation sister. Oh my God.
singer. Been around since 2008 with numerous ballad and K-pop hit songs. Single-handedly has the popularity equivalent to K-pop's biggest idols. Then there's K-hip-hop R&B, a whole scene of its own. Maybe check out Zico, who has an overlap background with K-pop. Then there's rock. Maybe check out bands like Day6 and Flying the Rose and more. So, it's already 2020, technically 10 years have passed again, and the line is blurring between 3rd gen and 4th gen. Then what would be the standards of dividing the generations? I can't be the one deciding, but just to add my personal 2 cents, maybe the line could be drawn by observing groups that
I
start
think during 4th gen or 3rd gen, whatever that is, BTS will be popular.
off already with a bigger fandom globally rather than domestically in Korea from the pre-debut and rookie phase. In short, maybe no more validation or dependence from Korean fans needed, or there's an alternative view of simply drawing the line by post-BTS. And yes, I know y'all are screaming, what, not a single mention of BTS until now, but hold on a little bit more. I have a whole buffet for you. Well, anyways, this whole generation dividing process is a whole debate subject of its own, so let's just leave it there and throw it to the comment section. Finally, there is one group that needs a thorough separate section in K-pop history, and it is
Interesting.
BTS.
I knew that.
BTS started off from a small company called Big Hit under the producer named Bang Shi-hyuk, who was a former colleague and good friend to JYP, but split paths to make his own company. Bang Shi-hyuk gathered 7 members originally and planned to make a hip-hop group. However, the concept and musical style diversified over the years. BTS didn't gain much attention during their first years, often getting mocked by their group name that means Bulletproof Boy Scouts. And apparently some or many people thought their appearances were unpretty. However, BTS differentiated themselves with other idols by speaking about the unspoken in their lyrics, such as mental health, youth problems, social issues, and the journey towards loving oneself. BTS also made their own universe and story in their music videos. They made moderate success until they got mainstream with their songs like I Need You, Dope, Save Me, and Fire.
This kitchen scene is so funny and interesting. Like,
After that,
that's why, like, when you guys are into movie making or something like that, you guys have to be creative. Like, usually we do not see a scene like this in a movie, because we have got, like, in Canada we have got electric stove, so yeah, you have to be creative, like, when you are a maker,
every move they made pretty much became
movie maker, or just producing song or anything like that.
They topped the Billboard 200 charts 4 times in a row alongside the Beatles, appeared on multiple major American TV shows, got awarded by the Billboard Music Awards, AMAs multiple times, did a Grammys act, did a UN speech, did a cover of Times, had stadium world tours including Wembley and Saudi Arabia, sold over 20 million cumulative albums to this date. BTS has become so big that they become expressed as the BTS or Korean invasion, just like the British invasion from the Beatles by multiple critics and journalists. Many point out that it's even more significant regarding the fact that BTS's music and lyrics were not in English but in Korean. Also,
They have made some music videos, some songs that are in English.
Dogs in the K-pop industry itself, struggling without the support of big capital nor media. In the meantime, there might have been attempts to compete with BTS. For example, SM making their own Avengers by combining members from existing successful groups like SHINee, EXO, NCT into a collaborative single group called Super M. Well, they did get the #1 on Billboard 200, but many people criticized the method of bundling issues in the process. However, industry-wise, it was a fresh attempt that never happened in K-pop history, trying to officially combine members from different groups into one with an agenda to
I think one of the song is Monster, Super M.
make success in the American or global market. And it is these new attempts that fuel K-pop to go further on. Anyways, back to BTS, it's not an overstatement to say that BTS is probably bigger than all of K-pop combined at this point. However, from Seotaeji to BTS, many groups existed, and every time records were.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. So right now I'm gonna share my funny story. You guys know what is the story behind um, K-pop. So yeah, it was really interesting to see that. I have watched maybe 1 or 2 minutes before this live stream. So yeah, they have done a great job, like BTS especially, because otherwise you can't be this much successful at this day and age. So yeah. So the funny story is that around 2019 I like this girl, and um, she is into K-pop. Now I have almost zero idea about K-pop. Like I know that it's Korean pop music, but what is interesting about it? And I'm like, okay, what is K-pop? And then I was trying to like flirt with her and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I listen to K-pop and stuff like that. And so what kind? She asked me what kind of music, what kind of groups you like the most, like what group you like the most, or which group. Okay, I'm really my my English is so bad right now. So she asked me this question, and I'm like, okay, let me check my album. And there is just only one song that was in my album, was DNA, and I don't even know who is this group. Okay, how did it, like, I just knew that it's a K-pop song, but I didn't know that it's a popular boy band, BTS song. So yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I listened to BTS. I told her. So it was DNA. I mean, I like the sound, but I didn't understand what is going on inside the music, inside that song. So I had no idea at all. But I told her, and she was convinced. And the thing was that I couldn't, like, she was kind of convinced, and we were supposed to get into a relationship later on, and there were things going in the positive direction, but at the end of the day we didn't. We end up going in a different direction, and yeah, that was all. And I think it was a great decision at the end of the day. Like, I have decided to not to chase her, so I think it was kind of mutual to, like, I mean, yeah, mutual, trying to use diplomatic terms so that I don't get sued. Um, yeah, because there are a lot of things going on. Like, if you say something negative about someone, you might get sued, man. There is serious problem. So yeah, it was really interesting, like, how this thing is getting so popular nowadays, the K-pop industry. So it's also like influencing people to dye their hair in different colors. For example, Blackpink's song where Jenny did that hair thing, like colored her hair on the front side just a little bit. So I don't even know what is that style, but a lot of people did that. I've seen it in Canada, and yeah, I think they have a really really big influence. So yeah, if somebody is trying to like infiltrate it, wants to infiltrate your mind that with certain ideas, then they have to go through this kind of procedure. And yeah, I'm talking about a lot of controlling behavior that people are using. So yeah, K-pop has done a lot of things, have influenced people, have influenced the way you wear certain kinds of makeup or dye your hair or things like that. So yeah, it's really important nowadays. um, I'm supposed to make a different video, but it is coming out to be oh my god. Yeah, anyway, subscribe to the channel and like the video, guys. Like, if you are kind of open to listen to others, people, people's opinion and what kind of views people have. I mean, usually we see like one-sided view on the internet, but I'm trying to like represent two sides of view. There are people who hates K-pop because of its influence on people, like how it's shaping the world in a different way. They think that it's negative, like people shouldn't. Some people do not even accept that. Okay, you should dye your hair. So yeah, there are people who are really accepting of that. There are people who listen to the music video and then they get they dressed in certain way, and there are certain culture which doesn't allow you to dress in certain way. So yeah, like there are views that are like, it's kind of a way to influence people right now. It's less about the music or song, it's more about the influence nowadays. That's what I think, because when you have more influence you can make more money. And yeah, like business people think like that, because you see, like they at the beginning of the video they have talked about certain people had a business idea in their mind and they got into the K-pop industry, and they were like trying really hard, but they failed it at the beginning. So yeah, it was there, you have seen it. So I will highly suggest people to like understand things from um, yeah, like just try to understand the things from different direction. Like, okay, how is this influencing people? And yeah, that's all for today, guys. I'll try to talk about it in the future. Yeah, and I'm gonna admit that okay, I watched few K-pop music videos in the past, and it was really interesting, like how they're making certain movements, and how they're trying to like portray their culture as well. So like it's not like like a Korean culture. It's different from the mainstream Korean culture. The K-pop music industry is different from the real culture. So you guys have to like, it's a different culture. That's how you should treat K-pop music. And if you're into that kind of culture, I'm not gonna say like, oh, you can't do that. It's kind of brainwashing you or anything like that. But you have to understand that it has the power to influence people, and that's how it's making billions of dollars every year. I mean, not just the K-pop industry, um, the way the way it is influencing people. So yeah, I haven't been to Korea, but I wanted to go to Korea. Their girls were cute, and yeah, I'm 20, almost 25, so I'm gonna get married soon. So yeah, I have to find somebody, right? So yeah, my bad. I've said too many stuff. So yeah, I'm looking for someone, and maybe I wanna go to Korea to find someone. That's all for today. Hit the like button, guys, so that you don't miss any videos in the coming days, and share this video with your friends and family. Maybe it's my like, I think it's really important for us to see things and have different perspective on the same thing. So yeah, like I'm sharing my perspective, I'm sharing my viewpoints on K-pop. So you just have an idea like what other people thinks. Maybe I'm not into that K-pop, but yeah, I understand like what they're trying to do and what how they have become so successful, and yeah, I've gotten some ideas over there. But anyway, thanks for watching once again. I'll hope to catch you guys soon. I have to eat right now because I've been to the gym, but I haven't eaten at anything at all because I wanted to do a live stream. I wanted to share information with you guys, and if you guys are not subscribing to this channel, then what you are waiting for? It's a win-win for both of us, guys. Yeah, that's all for today. Love you all. Subscribe. Peace out.